on Nino that I never met, but he's an organizational genius, and it's really simple. We want to know some quick outline of the package, the actual physical real estate, where it is, how big it is, that kind of stuff. The second thing we really want to spend time on is who's the owner and what do they want out of life and why are they selling it. So if you haven't talked to your client yet and you've got a listing, we're going to try to get deeper into that, and we may help you get you offers that he may not like, he or she may not like, just so you can say, look, this is what's out there in the market, and let's talk about what your property is really worth. So when we start this, we're going to go around and do quick pitches. We'll start over here and work our way around. We'll get to everybody before the session is over. Name and number to start with. I want to hear what the property is. I'm going to ask you specific questions about it, and then we'll move to the ownership, and then we'll try to figure out why there's a deal there, okay? Think of this a little bit like a deposition. When I got trained to do depositions in court, because I got sued a couple times, the lawyer said, somebody asks you a question, pause for a second, because I need time to interrupt. You don't have to do that here, but don't do anything but answer that question. Don't elaborate, don't go further, because we'll get specific and we'll get all the information out. But let's not go blathering along on things that the rest of the room, excuse me, doesn't want to hear. So, can we start here? Quick pitch. You want to sell? You want to sell something? Yeah, we need a mic back here.
I was going to start back here.
Stay where you are, we'll bring you a mic.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thanks for starting. Name and number.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelangelo Giordano, number 125. I have a 55 mixed-unit building in Norwood, Bronx. It's actually 51 units, rental, and
Speak in the mic a little more.
51 units, apartments, and 4 stores.
What kind of shape is it in? How old is it?
Built 1930, and he's throwing a lot of money in it, fixing everything.
So if I had $25,000 to put into it after I bought it, what would I do with it? Does it need a roof? Does it need to be
No,
painted?
he's repairing whatever needs to be done on the roof, repairing the hallways, the doors, the lights outside. He's doing whatever he's got to do.
Is it full?
It's full. There's about 1 or 2 that's empty.
So what's the gross income?
848,
What's the net?
520.
Yeah. Is it a debt on it?
So this is the sweet part. It's 4.66 million. That's assumable at 3.5%. 4 years left. Interest only.
What's the asking price?
8.99.
So you got $4.5 million worth of equity on a $4.5 million loan, kind of?
Correct.
And the terms again are what? 4 years and what interest rate?
There's an assumable loan of 4.66 million at 3.5%, 4 years left, interest only.
So what's the cap rate today? What's the net operating income over the
It would be 6%.
6%.
Yes.
So how am I going to replace that loan in 4 years? What do you think you do?
Well, not even to get into it, because we only have 2 minutes.
You can do moderated later, just a quick answer, please.
A quick answer right now is there's a few rentals. There's a total of 8 that aren't paying right now, but it's being taken care of in court. So just factor that in. That's an immediate increase in NOI. Once it gets resolved, you get that rental coming in.
We'll get into the detail later.
Yes.
Tell me about the owner. Why are they selling it?
I'm sorry.
Who's the owner? Why are they
Okay,
selling
the
it?
owner, he's actually a neurosurgeon. He's about 80 years old. He owned it for about 40 years. And he wants to liquidate.
And what's he going to do with the money once he gets it? So somebody's going to give him a check for $4.5 million. What's he going to do with $4.5 million?
It's a
Put it in the
stock
stock market?
Well, it could be also into some form of an estate, if you will. He has some children. He doesn't need it himself, so it would have to be through an estate.
Why would he? So if he's 80 and he's going to get a step up in basis for his kids when he dies, why would he sell it now?
These are subsequent conversations that I have to make him realize the pros and cons. So this is a conversation that we can all have.
So the facts kind of are, he doesn't know it, but he's a buyer for something that needs $4.5 million worth of equity that's going to be easier to manage than a
spoke to him about 1031s, and so
Okay,
we're going deep, but yes.
okay,
And those are deeper conversations, yes.
okay. Questions?
Would he take a 4-year master lease on the property?
So, Paul, the answer is this. He just wants to see a serious buyer. If it's someone that's not window shopping and they have the proof of funds, LOI, ready, willing, able, the door's open for conversation. So the answer is all the above. He may consider holding some. He may, however, master lease. This is all conversations after he sees that we're not window shopping.
One more question, does he have money that he could put into another deal other than this $4.5 million? Could he put $5 million into a deal I'm doing if I buy his property for $9 million?
That's one of the conversations.
All right.
The door opens once we, yes,
Okay.
show him that we're serious buyer.
So, to me, this is a perfect example that if anybody has any interest, like Paul just said, maybe Paul's interested in doing a master lease or something. If you guys have interest and you can start a conversation and you can write him an LOI that he can go back and talk with his owner about,
Correct.
it gives him a great way to counsel his client.
Perfect.
So don't
Yes.
worry about, I understand, I've never met you before, I don't think.
I like this package.
Yes.
So